What's up, everybody? This is Kelly for Kel's Shells. I just wanted to show you what we did end up finding out here on Sanibel Island this week. So please keep in mind that we arrived on a Tuesday, pretty much dumped our stuff in the room and got right to shelling. We had an early flight. We arrived on the island about 10 a.m. and then we shelled for all the stuff that you're about to see all the way through tonight, which is Saturday night. So just know that right now the shelling, as I mentioned earlier, is not great, and that it was a true struggle to get what we got, and we spent many hours doing the shelling. So without further ado, here are a couple of really large whelks that we pulled out. So here's my hand so you can see the comparison of how large these are. This one is a little bit broken and barnacled, but I think it could be cute like this with a plant in it, or even just on that side. Nobody would even see how broken it is. This one here, by the way, both of these were found at Blind Pass. This one here is in pretty good shape. It has barnacles and of course it's weathered, but otherwise looks good. This one I actually found just off what I like to call the shell mantle or shell shelf. So not far, it was not buried. I just walked out, saw it, picked it up. My husband and I were just having the discussion at the exact moment too, and I was telling him that you can find these anywhere, you just have to be looking or feeling with your feet in other cases like he does to find his large ones, and then he goes underwater and digs them out. But really, you can find them anywhere. So here are a bunch of small shells, and I'm talking, these are babies. There's a real little cutie in there. Little baby horse conch. And these are, let's see if I can get my finger in there and you can see. Sorry, my skin is so dry right now. But that's how tiny they are. They are itty bitty babies. This one's adorable. Like, look at the size of that. How cute. Then we have some other finds here. We have the starfish. This was found on the causeway to Sanibel. We left the island for a hot second just to watch a sunset off the causeway, and this poor guy was already dead and a little bit smushed, actually, as you can see his shape, but I thought he was still worth taking home and putting with my collection. So let's look at what else we have. We have some tulips. This is just a, I'm not sure if this is a shell or a piece of coral, but it was kind of unique, so I just kept that. Here are a bunch of different colored scallop shells. Again, it was slim picking, so I just kind of took what I was finding out there and just took some cool stuff like that. Here are some cockle shells. Got a couple larger ones. I'll just clean them off when I get home. They're a little barnacly and the inside's good, so that won't take much. Some bleach, cleaning them off. Crap ton of augers. I mean, I don't think I've ever found so many of those, and they were everywhere. I was doing yoga on the beach this morning and I just was in downward dog and looked down and there was one. And then I actually found two Florida cones, which I have been doing this out here for close to 10 years and I have never found a lot of these. I think I have 2 or 3 at home grand total, so I kept these 2 here. Not in great shape, but again, I kept them. Bunch of cool oyster shells that I found. Some people might think that's silly because obviously you can go to the oyster bar and get some of these, but I just think it's unique that I found these here on Sanibel, and they're all different. A lot of them have a really cool purple color on them, so I always think that that's kind of neat, and they're just different. They're all just different. I did find one really large, intact, nothing was alive in there, oyster. Here's a pen shell that I found. Here's another little cutie, such vibrant orange color. I can't say that I have one of those. Here's your little turkey wing. I have a couple of Murex that are really barnacly. Not in the best shape. Probably on a regular day I would not have even picked these up. But again, given what's out there, and I still may weed them out before I go home. But here's a really nice one that we got. Really good shape. Again, another little beat up one. Oh, let's see, a little chestnut turban. Cute. It's a little cutie. I got a worm shell. That's another one that I don't really have a ton of, but was happy to find. A couple little coquinas, some shark's eyes, some jingle shells. I just think they're cute. Some solar rays, a couple pieces of coral. You can see one is really big. And again, just some kind of different corally rocks. Got some olives here. A couple of them again, not the greatest shape. Probably gonna weed a few of those out. Like this one doesn't even have a top to it. Still pretty cool. Look at these little cuties. Oh, cute. And then, of course, there were a bunch of Florida Fighting Conchs. Again, these were kind of really hard to find this time. So we really struggled. I mean, you can see we were even keeping some that were kind of holy and some barnacly ones too that are in there and weathered and old, but some of them have cool coloring. So we decided to keep those. I'm gonna set you down for a sec while I try to pull this towel forward that I have them drying on. Okay, and I'll show you these whelks that we found. So my husband was the whelk king this time. He found these great, you can see how big it is in my hand there, lightning whelks. There's a bunch of them in here. Another big, pretty big sized one. Some really pretty colors. I really like them when we find them with, like, I have one at home with blue veining on it. I think they're really, really pretty. I think that is about it. Did I show you guys the tulips here? That was a good find. Nice tulip shells. So thanks for checking us out. I hope that if you come to Sanibel, you will have great finds out here. Right now for us just did not seem to be the season, which I know looking at this you're probably thinking, what? What is she talking about? There's a whole counter full of shells. But compared to what we usually would get in the couple of days that we're here, this is not the same amount. So again, hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.